Hi, I'm Hayes.
And I'm Layla.
And we're blind. I bet you didn't see that one coming.
Because we didn't either. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Layla.
And I'm Hayes.
And today I just want to offer a quick disclaimer before we start. We are recording virtually today because of reasons that we will explain in a minute. But if you hear any weird audio things, or if the quality is different, or if any of our audio cuts out briefly, that is why. It's just because of the platform that we're recording on. Anyways, that's a great segue into what today's episode is, which is who we are outside of blindness.
And why we say that is because we want to tell you, just a little bit about ourselves. And the reason we are recording virtually is because we actually live 2 hours away from each other. So we both live in the same state, but Layla gets to live in the nice mountains where it snows, and I live in the city where there's a lot of traffic and where it is very, very hot, like 3/4 of the year, at least in my opinion, because I'm a cold weather girl. But we live 2 hours apart, and so we met when we were, I think I was 6.
I was 5.
Years old.
I was 5, I think.
I was 6,
yes. Yeah. I don't actually remember.
Yeah. I think you were really little though. But so
okay, well, yeah.
We met because, we're both blind. And so our parents met at a summer camp that we both went to and kind of connected.
Which will be covered in a future episode.
Probably.
Yeah. Summer camps will be covered in a future episode, probably.
Yeah, but so they met there.
And we've been best friends for, I think this summer is actually, if I was 5, then I guess this would be our 10th summer being, friends. And we have been mostly long distance, but we do get to see each other from time to time. And so we're going to try and record most of our episodes in person, but we're not always as productive as we wish we were when we are together. So that is why we're virtual today. But we have been friends for a long time, and we have other blind friends, but I don't know if I have any that I've known as long as you. I think you do, though. Haven't you known people longer than me?
I guess I have, but I didn't know them as well as I knew you at the time. Because also, our moms were friends before we were friends, actually.
Funny story, when we met, we went in the camp, the first day of the camp, and we were doing all the camp things, and our moms sat in the parking lot and talked for 2 hours that morning.
And
so they were friends. What's
funny is I don't think I talked to you at all, Layla.
I know. I don't know if we ended up talking for a while. Because
little kids do their own thing, and they're just kind of wandering around. And
yeah, I
was also really obsessed with one of the counselors there, as little kids typically are. So,
were you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, yeah. So we weren't always friends, but we are now. And yeah.
Yeah. And so we've known each other for a pretty long time. In elementary school we met, obviously, and now we're both in the good old high school.
Lovely.
Lovely. And she is 1 grade below I am.
Yeah.
And it definitely
But, we're both equal in... Shut up! We're both so equal in maturity. Don't even talk to me.
Once Layla's mom said that I was more responsible than her.
It was a really sad day.
But speaking of that was one of the times that we did get to see each other. And most of the times when we do, since it's so far, we will stay with each other for maybe a week straight. Sometimes.
It's been a week, yeah. And sometimes we get sick of each other. I think last summer, it was we, not even just together, but we'd spent 3 weeks straight together because of number 1 being together, and then number 2 camps that we were both at. So I think it was 3 weeks straight, and we would just start ignoring each other by the end. We would come home from camp and she was staying at my house for the camp that we were at, and we would just come home and just sit in silence and listen to a book, I think is what we did.
Yeah, we had an audiobook that we were just listening to at the time that we both loved. And so we would just ignore each other. And your sister was so confused, but I was like, we've been
I
together for a
know.
week
So yeah, we do get sick of each other at points, but
at
it's
points.
all right.
Yeah. But speaking of, you just mentioned an audiobook. And so I think that is, a good point. We do, obviously have interests. And
Of
so I figured
course.
maybe we could tell you guys a little bit about who we are other than the blindness, since that is a big thing that we talk about. That doesn't exactly define us. It's just a quality that we have.
I definitely agree. So for me, Hayes talked about audiobooks. So I am a bookworm. I'm always reading. I always have a book that I'm reading through whatever audiobook services, or sometimes I read, normal Braille, but it's kind of hard to get hard paper Braille books. And also they're very thick and large and just very big in general. So, but I am always reading. So that is one thing about me is that I love to read,
Once I had a kid's
specifically romance and
dictionary.
fantasy.
You do. Once I had a kid's
Yeah.
dictionary, though, talking about the Braille. Once I had a kid's dictionary that took up a whole entire bookshelf in elementary school because it was a Braille,
Dang.
and it was just like a small book
Wow.
for them. Just wanted to mention that. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, they're very thick. So yeah, I read, and then another big thing for me is if anyone who knows me knows that I'm a band kid. So I play clarinet, and
I think even everyone that
I feel
hasn't,
like
that doesn't know you and just has listened to the podcast knows that, Layla.
yeah, I give the band kid vibe. And honestly, I too many times I'm saying, hey, I'm sorry, I have a band thing because I do concert band, marching band, jazz band. I'm in a youth symphony. I do like honor bands if I make it in because you have to audition and sometimes yeah. But I do all the band things. So I play my clarinet and I want to learn more instruments, but I need like a 28th hour of the day to do that. So yeah, that's another big part of me is I'm blind and in band.
Nice. So I'm also into reading a lot, but I go for more like mystery books, uh, instead of, like romance and fantasy. And I am also into music, but I'm not in band. However, I do play some guitar, because I like, kind of classic rock and that kind of music. And I also make coffee, like religiously. Like, I enjoy making
She makes
coffee.
great
Yeah.
coffee.
I enjoy making it more than actually drinking it myself because, like, now my house, we have like a little, for Christmas, my parents got me like stuff, and now I have like a whole like Starbucks setup in my house. Uh,
I
yeah, it's a little excessive, but people like my coffee, so I think it's fine.
I just
It's
have to
good.
say, she makes me great coffee. And even though she takes a while, like she takes a really long time, but it's okay because if you're patient, it pays off and it's really good. And every morning that I'm at her house, if we have time, if I ask her to make me coffee, I know she's going to say yes. And it's amazing. So that's a great hobby to have, Pace.
Yes. And it's not because I'm blind that it takes me a long time. It's because I decide to pour like a couple like inches, like not even inches, like a couple drops of something, and then I like stir it and then I pour more. It's really unnecessary, but
It's
it's
bad.
something that I enjoy doing, so,
And then she gets it all over the cup, and my cup will be like sticky. And so then after I have to wash my hands, but it's okay. It's good. So that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah, my parents like giving me a hard time because two of my favorite things to do are sleep and make coffee. And, they don't really complement each other, but it's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can probably tell, we have a lot of other hobbies. Aside from being blind, another thing that I love to do is go swimming. I love swimming. And also, I was just at the beach last week with my amazing one side of my family. So I just want to do a shout out to my cousins really quick. My cousins, my aunt, uncle, and my grandma. If you guys are watching this, you guys are all amazing. And one day I might have you on here as a guest because they really want to be guests.
That
But I
would
just
be
wanted to give you guys
amazing.
I just wanted to give you guys a shout out. I just spent a week with them at the beach and it was so fun. So I love to swim. I love water. I love summer on the other side of my family. Actually, I have a cabin on a lake, and I go up there and we swim and go boating and tubing and all those things. So I love, anything with water as well is something
I
that I'm
love
really into.
tubing. Me and
Tubing's
Layla have
so
been
fun.
tubing together.
We have been
We were
tubing together.
also
I was
going to
like
go
6 though. I was
paddleboarding.
scared.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, we were going
Yeah.
to go paddleboarding when we last saw each other when we were recording all the stuff, and we didn't like we weren't able to. But
Oh
that
yeah, we were. I
we love
forgot.
kayaking and paddleboarding. We both enjoy
Yeah.
torturing each other while we're doing it. Being like, "I'm gonna flip you."
Oh
So
yeah. Oh,
we can do
actually,
things like
so
that.
of course, another really quick blind story. One time we were maybe 10 or 11 and we were at a day camp. Hayes, I don't know if you remember this. And we had me, Hayes, and two other completely blind people in a canoe. And that was all. And we were canoeing on a lake. And I think we ran into the bank at one point.
Wait,
And
who was this?
I don't think I can say names. I'll tell you in a little bit. But it
Okay,
was
I don't remember
You don't remember
this.
this? No, it was me, you, and two
No.
other people, and we called it the blind boat, and we went canoeing, and we were all completely blind, and I'm pretty sure the lifeguards were supposed to be watching us, but I'm not sure they did. So, no, I'll tell you in a little bit where this
Okay,
was.
okay, yeah,
But,
because I don't remember. That sounds like something we would do because
yeah,
I've done that with other people, but I don't remember that. But it doesn't always turn out great, but it's a lot of
it's
fun,
fine.
so
We're both also kind of daredevils, even though honestly I would say me more than Hayes. No offense, Hayes,
yeah,
we love you.
yeah. But
Oh, someone got a
I
text.
did get a text. Anyways, wait, I just lost. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all.
Someone's on her
Well,
phone.
this I wasn't on my phone, but yeah, this does bring up another topic since I forgot my train of thought that we can also be screenagers. One
Oh yeah.
person more so than
Stop.
others. I use my phone, but I don't use my phone as much as Layla does. So
So the last time we were together, actually, Hayes was like, guys, or Hayes was like, Layla, we should challenge ourselves to not use our phones for the whole night. And so she put them in a bag under her bed. And within like 20 minutes, I was like, I need my phone back.
And let me just justify this by telling you that Layla was complaining about how she can't stay off of her phone. So it's not like I was just trying to be mean and be like, yeah, let's just challenge ourselves, so I'm gonna take your phone. No, she was like, I'm on my phone way too much, and I was like,
No,
yeah,
I
whatever,
am.
put them away. Because she
And
would
it's
not
not like
stop checking her text.
it's not like I'm on it. I just check my text because I think people are going to text me, and we don't need to talk about who that is, but I think people are going to text me that don't text me, but I think they are anyway. So that's my problem, but it's okay.
Yeah, so we do texting and all that stuff.
We do text a
Neither
lot.
me and Layla are on social media, but that's kind of
Well,
just, I mean,
until
I have
now.
Instagram, but that's more just a personal preference versus we
Yeah,
can't.
versus being blind. Yeah, I
I
know
have some
a
blind
lot of
friends that
blind
are
influencers.
way too addicted to
I agree.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I hope that this kind of gave you a glimpse into who we are outside of blindness. I know this was not as much of an educational episode, but more of a kind of silly, funny story episode. But I think it's good to,
Yeah, sometimes it's just
laugh
good
and
to know each other.
exactly.
Um, and I know a lot of you guys that are listening are probably people that, we have told about our podcast. And so, that works both ways. If you're enjoying this, we would also really love it if you would maybe share with some people that you think would find this interesting because, we would really like to get our message out there and just show more people that blind people are capable of doing
Exactly.
everything that sighted people can and that we're just real people too. So if you're
Yeah.
interested in this podcast, we'd love it if you'd, maybe share with a friend or two.
So far, we are on YouTube and Spotify under the same name, regardless of what platform you are watching on. We are on YouTube and Spotify. Feel free to follow us, subscribe to us, like our podcasts, leave a comment, tell us what you think of the episode. I love when we get comments; it makes me smile.
It's very
So
exciting.
yeah, it is very exciting.
But the
So
amount
yeah,
of support we've had in the beginning, we really appreciate it. I think we've gotten collectively over 100 views in just the first couple of weeks. And
which
that really
doesn't
means a
sound like
lot
a
to us.
lot, but it is. It sounds like you'd be like, no, that's weird. But yeah. So I want to, yeah, again, thank you all for supporting us and coming out and watching our podcast. And, you know, we won't see you later.
We won't see you later.